Everybody knows the White House up in Northeast. Oh, excellent. Coach Mick wasn't happy about the Blue Ridge. Whatever. They were good. They were worth it.
But getting back to getting on the field, getting that week off, and getting back on the field, especially at the show.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're excited. Anytime there's a home game here at Ohio State, it's a big time deal, and I know all the fans are excited to get back, and we're excited to get back. I mean, having that week off, you kind of watching college football, and you're like, wow, it's Saturday, and for the past X amount of weeks we've been playing ball and we're not, so we're itching to get back.
Because you're facing a head coach who knows your program so well, Urban has described some of the changes you all have had to make with, some language and some code and some things you all would normally communicate with. How have you as offensive line had to maybe adjust knowing that they're going to be pretty familiar with what you do?
From an offensive line perspective, to be honest with you, there's not much change. It's still got to block the guy in front of me. I still got to take care of my assignments. The plays may change, the language, the lingo, the whatever the changes are. As an offensive line, we really don't have to deal with that. We just have to, hey, block the guy in front of you, take care of your job, and that's it.
Billy, you had a block against Oklahoma that caught a lot of attention, social media, and a lot of highlights. Does that stand out as one of the better ones in your mind, or what made it special, you think?
Big time stage. It was well worked for. I mean, we always talk about that knockout shot. It was the right moment, the right time. And just had to take care of it. And next play.
I think it was called searching for work. Is that something that you pride yourself on, or the way you think about it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's as an offensive lineman, you don't have a lot of opportunities to catch headlines, and that was kind of one of them. And a couple of our guys, we kind of do. It's a pride thing within the unit. Right now, everybody's chasing me with a hit, so it's just an in-unit competition. So.
This one starts a Big Ten play. Does the mentality change at all at the beginning of the week?
Well, every week's serious. I mean, even though we saw Big Ten play go on, not within conference, so, Wisconsin and Michigan State. I've got a couple. I know a couple people on both teams, so it's an intense season now, and every week matters. And with our league, you never know who's going to win.
Billy, did the bye week kill excitement or enthusiasm? Were you able to crank it?
I was ready to get back to go. I was watching UCLA Stanford, and I'm like, wow, man, we should be playing right now. We should be running this play or that play. So it's a good to get that hunger and that eagerness to get back out there, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Billy, do you
Hey.
what's going on, man? Yeah. Could you call out the play of what the offense is going to run and tell the defense what's coming and still execute it and do it right?
Well, that's a little cocky.
But I mean, I'm trying to figure out how much is keeping the defense off balance because they don't know, and how much is it doesn't matter if they know. If we block it and execute it, it's going to work whether they know or not.
Well, that's the fun thing about practice, because we could tell Raekwon McMillan, hey, I'm going to come and block you, and I'm going to block you, and the play is still going to happen. I really don't like to look at it that way. I mean, if we execute, then if everybody does their job, touchdowns are scored. So that's kind of hard. That's a weird question.
You don't want to be on record saying we could tell them what we're running and we'd still kick their butt.
I'm not going to be that guy.
That. Yeah.
That's not
Billy
me, man.
You'll be Chris Ash will put you in the locker room.
Let me find some locker room material.
Yeah.
That's not who
but
we're doing here.
There is a component of if we do what we do, it should work.
We have a high level amount of confidence. I can say that.
Really, what stands out to you about Rutgers' offense after taking a look at them on tape your last couple days?
That was the second time that's happened. Their defense are athletic. There's some good guys out there. Coach Ash has got a good squad. I know some of the coaches obviously were past coaches here, so they know they've got great staff and got great kids. I mean, we've played some of the same kids over the past 3 years, so we're kind of familiar with the faces and what their moves are and what they like to do and their tendencies. But we're just going with our game plan, what the coaches said, and we're gonna go out there and execute.
You think that makes them a little advantageous as far as having Chris Ash now, who was running the defense here for a couple years, now their head coach up there?
Yeah, I mean he knows what we do. A lot of the world knows kind of what we do nowadays, since our coaches are in different places. But again, they have that, they can do what they want. We just have to take care of our plan. You guys are asking a lot of board material questions. I learned that lesson. Come on. Anybody else?
When you look at Rutgers, does it feel like practice a couple years ago? You know,
In the sense of what, like because Coach Ash is here?
yeah. I mean, when you see them, do you see the same things you saw in practice?
Actually, yeah, because in camp it just becomes chaos, and the defense likes to just tee off and run every single play.
Some samples that we have to get back because they're not ours, of the coin that they're going to use for the flip, honoring the two punters across the Big Ten. If anybody wants to take a look at it,
Can I get a sample of that?
we've got it.
But yeah, it's kind of cool because we kind of have that background knowledge of what they would like to do and what they want to do. And it's just now again, even in practice, if we execute and do our job, big plays are happening. So.
The running game as a whole, they've averaged over about like 6 yards a rush. Do you take, as a unit on the offensive line, do you take pride in that? How much pride do you take into that?
A huge amount of pride. That's our, saying what the offensive line and tight ends and everybody who's involved in the run game has done and produced. We took that with Zeke. There was 12 games or something he had over 100 yards, and we'd be in a game, we'd be taking people out left and right, making sure that he got that. So it's a huge amount of pride for us. Whether or not it is, with Mike Weber, Curtis Samuel, whoever's running the ball, just as long as we take care of our job and start really pushing and making that line of scrimmage in our advantage.
Is there such thing as can y'all rust during an off week? And do you do you think y'all will have to shake some rust off on Saturday, or
Coach
or
Meyer
did we put too much into that?
Coach Meyer did a great job of making sure we weren't rusty.
In what regard, Billy?
We practiced our butts off, and it was probably one of the tougher weeks, but that was what it was meant to be.
Did you focus on anything in particular?
Cardio. Lots and lots of cardio. It's just making sure fundamentals are at high, and that's really, again, during a bye week you have to go back to the fundamentals and continue to brush up on those and work on the things you're bad at right now, and so there really wasn't rust to knock off. So kind of, because we were working with Rutgers stuff last week as well.
You've been in this kind of like situation before of a team. Y'all have ultimate goals and stuff. Y'all have put yourself in position now. Second in the country, number 2 in the country. I know it's just the polls, but people pay attention to that. What's your, advice, whatever you want to call it, to young players about there's 9 games to play, all that kind of stuff?
Worry week to week. Worry week to week and let everything else fall in hand. Because if you start overlooking people and you start overlooking opponents, and then slip-up happens, and that's what we're going to make sure that we take care of each opponent, each quarter, down, game, whatever it is. Just make sure we focus it this week.
But is there a I don't know, skipping your step, hopping your step, though, knowing that people are watching? I mean, that they're paying attention to you guys, that they consider you guys one of the top 2 teams in the country.
Yeah, I got a couple people out at night. The Nike, when I was out at Nike over summer, contacted me. I was like, "Hey, you guys are number 2." It's like, yeah, it's cool, but I still got practice and I still have to focus on Rutgers, and that's the most important thing.